guys, welcome back to the channel. As usual, I am your host Sellssi. I'm sure you're enjoying your festive season with your family and friends. A couple of updates for you on the Ghana Black Galaxies. They have left the shores of Ghana and are off to Egypt to prepare for the CHAN tournament, which kicks off for Ghana on January 15th. Just 3 weeks, a couple of weeks away from the competition kickoff. The Black Galaxies have left the shores of Ghana to prepare for that competition. We'll get more details on it. Also, an update on the issue concerning Prince Tagoe and George Boateng. Remember, I brought you the story earlier this weekend. Prince Tagoe was remanded in custody, according to reports, for allegedly defrauding a former assistant coach of the Ghana Black Stars in George Boateng. He's once again been denied bail after making some payments of the money he took from the assistant coach. We'll be looking at why he was denied that. And talking about transfer news, Antoine Semenyo has got a pick of the bunch. Clubs are interested in him. Where will he end up? Bournemouth is one of them. Burnley, Rangers, Anderlecht, Watford. They are all interested. Where will Antoine Semenyo be playing after the January transfer window? We'll look at all that today. As usual, subscribe if you have not. Click on the notification bell to get more updates. You can support this channel by purchasing our merch. Links are in the description. First comment I will pin here as well. Let's jump right into it and start from the camp of Prince Tagoe, who unfortunately was remanded in custody, allegedly for defrauding former assistant coach of the Ghana Black Stars in George Boateng. And now he made some payments of that money owed, $40,000 that he took from George Boateng to help him secure a vehicle. Unfortunately, even though he has made some payments of that money, he has still not been given bail. Now, the circuit court in Accra has refused to repeat bail application moved by lawyers of embattled former Ghana international footballer Prince Tagoe, who had been remanded into lawful custody despite paying 70,000 Ghana cedis to the court. Now, the former Black Stars and Heart-to-Folk striker was charged for defrauding by false pretense of former footballer George Boateng to the sum of $40,000, equivalent of 265,200 Ghana cedis. He had pleaded not guilty. On Wednesday, 21st, the court, presided over by His Honor Mr. Samuel Brightakwa, turned down an application for bail after the prosecution had opposed same. In court on Friday, 23rd, 2 days after his first appearance, Prince Tagoe and his new lawyers, led by lawyer Kwesi Kwache, paid an amount of 70,000 Ghana cedis to the court as part payment of the said money. But the latest bail was refused, with the court taking to the January 4th adjourned date, which was settled on in his first appearance 2 days ago. So unfortunately, he's not going to get bail. They have seen him as a flight risk. Initially, that was the reason why he was denied bail. Even after making some payment, he's still not been given the bail. Unfortunate incident there for Prince Tagoe, who looks like he will be spending the Yuletide in jail. Quite unfortunate there. We'll move on to my next story. It has to do with the Ghana Black Stars team. Mustafa Yusuf, the Minister of Sports, has said that the remaining monies from participation at the World Cup will be used for legacy projects, a project that will help improve football here in the country. Now, the Ghana Black Stars unfortunately did not do well at Qatar 2022, exiting at the group stages, losing in their final game versus Uruguay. And now the Black Stars have in the past had access to funds in excess of this one, and promises have been made in the past that first of all, we had the first one in 2006 where it was said that a hotel would be built, sort of a complex where players would be camping. Until now, we've not seen anything on this. Mustafa Yusuf is going forward to make such promise and said that on our own, the ministry will soon launch its version of the Qatar 2022 Legacy Project, which will see us collaborate with the private sector to build basic and much needed sports infrastructure, such as football pitches, boxing gyms, basketball courts, tennis courts, volleyball courts, etc. in various communities and schools to enhance community, school sports, and professional sports. These projects will be named 2022 World Cup Legacy Project, and the idea is to ensure that our participation in the World Cup brings visible and lasting benefits, not only to football, but sports across the board, he added. Quite an interesting one there. Talk is cheap. Let's see if he puts his money where his mouth is right now and puts that money that is left after our participation in Qatar, which was quite a lot. $5.1 million in 12 days of playing in Qatar. I'm sure it includes appearance fees, which was close to $100,000. And since they didn't get any winning bonuses, it did not go above that. But it's still a lot of money. We still hope he can move forward with these plans he has stated here on the floor of Parliament and see it through. It will be unfortunate to have another situation as we did in 2006 after the World Cup when we got some monies and it was promised that we'll be building some complexes that would make it easier for camping of players as they prepare for tournaments. Unfortunately, that did not happen and we are still here. We hope that changes. Talking about the national team assignments, the Black Galaxies have left the shores of Ghana. They are set to go into Egypt for camping ahead of the tournament itself. Many are questioning why they have to travel all the way to Egypt. They could stay with family and train here. The Ghana national team, the Ghana Black Galaxies, or the management have their reasons for that, not stated though, but that is the itinerary. They'll be in Egypt where they'll play a couple of friendly games in preparation for the competition itself, which will kick off on the 15th for Ghana in Algeria. The Chan tournament, Ghana is taking part in it for a record fourth time actually, and they have not won it before. They have been finalists. Ghana are looking to do something major here as they have failed to make it to the last 3 editions, and the 4th time lucky, beating the Nigerian team also there. My next story has to do with Antoine Semenyo, and Semenyo is a subject of transfer news once again. Clubs are lining up for the Ghanaian who showed some sparks in the World Cup and in the pre-World Cup friendly versus Switzerland. Semenyo has been electric for Bristol City. Unfortunate that he did not start the season with them, but when he came back from his injury following that friendly for Ghana, he was on form, finding the back of the net as a substitute 4 times. And now clubs like Bournemouth, Burnley, Crystal Palace, Watford, Anderlecht, Southampton, Brighton and Hove Albion have made inquiries on the Ghanaian forward. Where he will head to next will depend on how good the deal is, what Bristol City agreed on as the fee, and whether the player is also ready to move in January. This move is for the January transfer window. Will he hold on for another pool of clubs' interest in the summer? What do you think Antoine Semenyo to do? Bristol City, stay with them, or move to either Bournemouth, Burnley, Brighton and Hove Albion, Crystal Palace, Anderlecht, Watford, Southampton? Where should he go next? Let me know your thoughts in the comments box on this one. That has been it for today. The Black Galaxies have left the shores of Ghana for Egypt ahead of their pre-tournament capping ahead of Chan 2023 in Algeria. We've also been talking about Antoine Semenyo, the plethora of clubs interested in him, and the legacy project being promised by the Minister of Youth and Sports. Unfortunate news on the front of Prince Tagoe as well. Denied bail once again. I'll see you guys in the next one. Enjoy the rest of the evening.